Well, good evening and welcome to the A New Day show. I am your host, Daphne Clarke-Hudson, and today I will be doing a teaching. But before I go into that, I want to remind you that you're watching us here at home on Comcast on a Monday at 11 a.m. and on Fridays at 7 p.m. and on Charter, you're watching us Thursdays at 11 and Saturdays at 7 p.m. And we really appreciate your support, and we're happy that you are still watching us. As I do periodically, instead of having guests in the studio, I take some time to invest in you. And today is one of those episodes, and I will be teaching today on taking advantages of your adversities. So I'm going to be sharing a poem, one of my favorite poems by Colin McCarthy. And the title of this poem is Listen to Your Heart. We all want to make things better in our lives, but lots of times we just don't know where and when to begin. Sometimes we are troubled about something deep inside, and we are afraid of dealing with our problems because we have been hurt before, and we remember what hurts can bring. Making things better involves changing, but change isn't such a terrible thing. Life isn't always easy. No one ever promised that it would be. But it can be wonderful at times, and it is up to us to make those times happen. Where? Begin within. When? With the dawn of each new day. How? Listen to your heart, and it really will show you the way. And that's the bottom line about what I'm going to be talking with you about this evening. We are talking about taking advantages of our adversities. Adversity is one of the most potent forces in our life. I want to just give you 4 points that adversity has done in my life. I mean, there are many, but for the sake of this teaching this evening, we're just going to show you 4 different areas. The first thing I want to tell you that adversity has done for me personally, it helped to shape and build my character. Number 2, it clarified and helped me to prioritize, and it also gave me focus of my life journey. And number 3, adversity helped to define my path and also my purpose. And the 4 point that I chose to share with you today about what adversity has done in my life, it has helped me to fuel my greatness. And I tell you, I am still a work in progress. Each and every day, we must focus on changing something in our lives. Each of us as human beings, we face a rich assortment of adversity in our lives each and every day. And these adversity ranges from minor hassles to major setbacks and challenges, and even times for some people, tragedy hits. However, merely coping or overcoming these challenges, it's not enough to keep us in the game of life. The key to success in both our personal lives, our career, or our businesses is to learn how to become a master at converting an adversity, whether minor or major, into a genuine advantage. There needs to be in place in our lives, there needs to be an adversity advantage system in place with proven principles and practical tools that can help to teach us how to convert our adversities as a force of superior achievements, resilience, agility, innovation, energy, and happiness. There's a saying that I'm sure you are familiar with, is that life is 20% of what we make it and 80% of how we take it. It is a playful admission that only a small percent of life happens the way we plan it. Everyday reality is filled with disappointments, setbacks, barriers, and frustrations. We don't have nearly the control over events that we'd like to think that we have. In other words, there's a great percentage of our life that has to do with our attitude. It's the bottom line. You oftentimes hear that our altitude depends greatly on our attitude. So we have to understand how to convert the adversities that we get in our lives. What we do enjoy in life largely measure in the capacity to take life's little surprises in strides, persevere and turn adversities to our advantage. That is the essence of self-efficacy. The belief that you have both the will and the means to handle pretty much anything that comes your way. So, I would like to share with you 11 tips that you can use in your everyday life that will help you to improve your sense of self-efficacy. And I will go through these slowly so that you will be able to write these down. So please get your pens and your pads, or if you're typing on your laptop, and just make a note, and I encourage you to print them out and put them on your mirror or your refrigerator so that you can have easy access to them, because these 11 points will need to be part of your everyday life. Put them in your journal, put them on the mirrors at home in your bathroom, put them on your refrigerator, keep it on the dashboard in your car. Everything so you can have easy access to them. So now, the first point or the first tip that I want to pass on to you is that you need to break big projects down into subtasks requiring relatively short periods. Make your progress tangible and visible. You can eat an entire elephant. However, you'll just need to do that one bite at a time. So don't get all flustered and stressed out and burdensome about the size of the project. Take it to the drawing board and break it down into small bite-sized pieces. And for each and every task that you will accomplish, you need to reward yourself. Do a little something for yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Don't always wait for someone else to pat you on the back. You need to stretch your hand across and pat your own back. And this way you won't sit around and be upset with your spouse and your co-workers and other people. You need to begin to pat your own back. Number 2, cultivate social relationships and network that provides good models for success, encouragement, and someone to talk with about problems and setback. We all need sounding boards. It is very important. And these sounding board personnel, they do not need to be your relatives and your spouses. Get yourself a professional, a mentor, a role model, or a coach. Do not burden your relatives with these challenges, because a lot of times you put them in a box where they cannot operate and they cannot be objective enough that you will be satisfied. However, when you engage the services of a professional, then you can get the result that you want. You go home, you will be in a state of sanity, and you will not be upset with your relatives. So, if you are not yet working with a coach or a mentor or a role model, you need to get one. Tip number 3, focus on your potential rather than your limitations. The things that you're good at doing, keep doing them, keep doing them, keep doing them, keep doing them. Do not put energy into the things that you're not good at, because the things that you are not good at, you can always hire a person who is good at doing them. So you concentrate and focus your energy on the things that you are good at. It saves your time, it saves your energy, and it saves you getting all stressed out about something that you're not good at. We all cannot be good at everything. But find the things that we are good at and put all our energy in that, and keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And that you are not doing it with the anticipation of becoming perfect, but you are doing it with the hope and anticipation of getting better at it. Tip number 4, in improving your sense of self-efficacy, is devote yourself to activities that you do well. And that's the same thing that I was talking about before. You know, we all have limitations, and we need to be honest with ourselves. Look in the mirror, eyeball to eyeball with that person that is looking back at us, and say, well, I have made the decision that I will focus on the areas in my life that I do well. And I'm not going to concern about my limitations, because there are others out there who can help me through that. So keep doing and keep investing in the things that you do extremely well, and build on those. Get all the information you can, do all the research you can, and keep building yourself, especially if you are in a service industry where you're working with others. You need to keep building on your task. You need to keep building on your vocation. Keep getting the information that you need to get. Number 5, orchestrate your life so that you always have some event or activity to look forward to. Keep on the drawing board, keep on the planning board, and keep doing something. Number 6, stop defining success in terms of huge breakthroughs and see it in each chunk of progress that you have made. And you need to categorize your own success, not base it on other people's success. Number 7, break away from other people's standards and expectation. Rely on your own definition of success. And number 8, learn from sports, for example, baseball, soccer, football, tennis, and other sports. Win or loses are everyday events. However, you don't see them sitting around in their locker room or in their hotel suite and moping. They shake it off, and the next day they are back out. Even though you lose today, you show up tomorrow for the next match, ready to give your best. And that's the same thing that we need to do as individuals. Number 9, when facing adversity, look for ways to turn the situation around so that you benefit from it. Sometimes it's just a matter of changing your attitude. Tip number 10, remember, life is 20% of what you make it and 80% of how you take it. You control your reaction and responses. Number 11, always focus on adding value. Now, each of us need to take control, take responsibility of the result that we need in our lives. We are in total control. We have the ability and the know-how to reinvent and recreate, redesign and rewrite the script of our lives. There are different ways that we can do that. We can do so by journaling. We do so by the language that we speak. There are times when there are a lot of things that we need to unlearn because we have been programmed throughout our lives. A lot of us, when we were children and even when we're adults, are still being programmed around the negativities that we cannot, around the negativities about things that we can't do or shouldn't do based on our gender. And we must unlearn those things and know that, well, I can deprogram and reprogram myself. I have a habit of listening to my heart versus listening to my head, because a lot of time your head will play tricks on you based on all the negativities from the naysayers or your past experiences. But when you listen and focus on your heart, that is your authentic thoughts. That's where your greatness comes from, out of your authenticity. So when you're beginning to rewrite the script of your life, know that you are unique, that you have all the ability you have inside of you, each and every piece of tool and material that you need to manifest your greatness. Do not allow anyone to tell you otherwise. Do not allow any past experiences, whether good or bad, to detect what you do today. Take life one day at a time. Live in the present. Always give your best to every situation that you get into. Do not say, well, I failed at that some time away. Instead of saying you fail, look at the lessons or lesson that you have learned from that experience and see how you can now use it to your advantage. Remember, they have a saying, it is not finished until the fat woman sings. So your result and your future depends greatly on you taking charge, take action, and know that you are responsible for your end result. I'm telling you, I have gone through so many adversities in my life. I've been homeless. I've had miscarriages. I've gone through numerous adversities. My son has been incarcerated. Name it. I cannot go through all of them. I've had 5 miscarriages. However, I'm still sitting here today to tell you about all the valuable lessons that I've learned, all the points that has helped me to fuel my self-efficacy, that I can sit here today and tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It is only up for you when you decide that it is up. Keep investing in you. Keep investing in the things that matter. Know that you are creating your own legacies. Know that you do not have to settle for mediocre life, because, you know, God doesn't create any mediocre person. Every piece of us, every one of us, we are a piece of master art. And you need to begin to see yourself as a master, because God sees you as a masterpiece. Each of us, we are the best that He creates us to be. And you need to embrace that. So I want you to go out, invest in a journal, and start journal the new life that you want for yourself. A life which will include you converting all the adversities into advantages for yourself. I want you to make today the best day of the rest of your life, because I tell you, your best life is ahead of you. And the only person that will prevent you from living that best life, it's you. So make a pact with me today from the comfort of your home that I will rewrite the script of my life. I will put behind me all those things that I have encountered before, and I will begin to convert my adversities into the best advantages, not only for my life, but for the life of my family and for the life of my community and all the people that I will encounter. I'm encouraging you today to transform your life for the better. You do not have to wallow in the adversities that you encounter. Instead, put them on the drawing board and dissect them and say, well, here are the lessons that I have learned out of it, and here is what I'm willing to do with these new creation. I'm telling you, I look forward to having you here on the A New Day show, sharing your story or stories about what the new invention has done for you. So do not hesitate to write me or call me here and say, I want to be a guest on the show, because that segment you did on creating adversity has helped me to reinvent my life and to recreate my life. I tell you, you're about to go out there and do a new creation about you. I thank you for listening to the show, and I look forward to having you come on this show and share your story. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you. I love you, and stay blessed.